Johnny Shines is quoted from a 1989 interview that Robert Johnson bought the guitar that he's holding in the dime store portrait down in Steele, Missouri. I've spent more than a year looking for that very place where Robert bought that guitar, and from all of my collected information, the only place in that area that sold guitars during that period of time was a jeweler in Caruthersville, Missouri, which is roughly about 15 miles away from Steele. In fact, the jeweler ran advertising about selling Gibson guitars in the local newspaper about a month before Robert Johnson and Johnny Shines arrived in Steele. Just to note, they arrived in Steele around the end of December, and the newspaper article ran in November. Caruthersville and Steele are nearby towns separated by about 15 miles. Being that Shines and Johnson hoboed up from West Memphis, the travel between towns shouldn't have been that much trouble. They could have walked between towns, hitched a ride, found a middleman to give them a lift or get them the guitars, or they could have hopped the Fresco, which was the St. Louis-San Francisco Railway. The train had stops in both Steele and Caruthersville. The newspaper article states that the jeweler had a new shipment of Gibson guitars just in, and the guitar that Robert bought was a Kalamazoo KG-14, which was made by Gibson. So, what do you think? There are only 3 confirmed pictures of Robert Johnson, and 2 of them he's holding a Kalamazoo KG-14, which he bought in southeast Missouri. The 2 known pictures of him holding the Kalamazoo were released in both 1986 and 2020. Not only did I talk to local residents and search through old newspapers and historical records, I also reached out to both Gibson Guitars and Heritage Guitars. Heritage Guitars is a guitar manufacturer that now resides in the old Gibson factory in Kalamazoo, Michigan. I asked them both if they had any of the old shipping records dating back to the late 1930s. I requested this to see if there was any records showing exactly where their shipments of guitars may have went to in Pemiscot County. Unfortunately, both companies let me know that no such records still exist. The address of the business was 308 Ward. Over the years, there have been several different types of businesses residing in the building. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to find any photo of the building while the jeweler was in it, but I did find one picture dating from the 1920s when a bakery business was present in the building. I've also been able to find several photos dating from the 1970s, but the building was empty. Unfortunately, this building was torn down years ago, and an empty lot remains. So that's 306, so 308 would have been right here. And this is where it was. It's probably the entrance right there. There's some brick still in the ground. This would have been the store, the jeweler that sold Gibson guitars in 1937-38. Robert Johnson. Very well may have been. However, sticking out of the ground are quite a few of the old bricks that once belonged to this building. A building where Robert Johnson possibly bought his Kalamazoo guitar so many years ago.